it's the humans we've heard so much about. Delicious.
Nothing delicious about us today, pal.
Oh, the day's still young, Dumpling.
Can we, chat a bit about your cannibalism?
Don't tell me you're another one of those awful closed-minded beings.
We're just curious how you can justify it to yourselves.
So eating only the non-sentient is moral? Or worse, slaughtering the sentient, then not eating them? Madness. You'd understand these matters better if you had a conversation with someone you're eating. It clarifies a lot of things.
Sounds like fun. Hey, can we deliver ourselves to your homeworld to be devoured?
What a sumptuous idea. If that's the case, our homeworld Ella Reese can be found in the Beta Ishikawa A system. But I don't think I can let you go alone. Deliver your juicy bodies to me instead. I shall escort you to dine with our lords.
We'll have to think about that.
It's as I worried. A bluff. Such fine behavior doesn't speak well to your favor. I think I'm selling it all.
Music didn't even kick in yet.
Oh, goodness, guests! Everyone gather, gather! We have unannounced guests!
We come in peace.
Terrific news! Such a fine thing to come in peace. On behalf of the Order of Phamysht Lords, I welcome you. Please, treasured guests, make yourselves at home. But what is it that brings you here?
We're seeking allies and assistance to fight the Scryve.
Oh, how delightful! It's good to see other aliens rushing to cast off the shackles that bind them. And you've, of course, heard of our own little dust-up with the Scryve and thought you might join your adorable forces with ours. But I'm afraid the answer is no, kitten. Officially, my people are very skeptical of your race.
Why are you skeptical of us?
We have heard of you, human. News of your emergence on the scene has already reached us. But no one saw you coming. The Taiwan kept you hidden, we suppose. The sweaty little eggplants. These are troubling times, Woodpecker. We must be wary of everyone. Of our enemies, certainly, but even more so of our friends. Unknown species are very worrying. It's always the ones you don't see coming which are the most dangerous.
We're very dangerous.
You certainly are, Tiger. But please bear no offense. In person, I can see that you are delightful. But unfortunately, the opinion of one lone Phamysht will not be enough to sway the order of Phamysht lords. I'm afraid we will not be able to cooperate with your kind at all. Now then, is there anything else, Scumdrop?
Tell us about yourselves.
Us? Oh, we're dreadfully boring pudding. We're far more interested in what you're like. But, for the sake of conversation, we'll gracefully speak about ourselves for a moment. What would you like to know?
What do you know about the Scryve?
Our former masters? A tiresome topic. About 300 years ago, we were just taking our first halting steps into the stars. When suddenly, out of nowhere, a Scryve cruiser appeared in orbit around our home. It told us that we could be vassals of their great empire, or, if we preferred, annihilated. We loathed being annihilated, so chose the path of a vassal.
What was your role as a vassal?
The Scryve said many kind things about our artistic flair and eye for design. Our cultural works were quite popular on their homeworld for a time. But Scryve civilians are quite fickle. They care little for the stars rotating above their heads, so long as those stars regularly deliver new amusements. They haven't had much use for our art for a few decades now. Also, they took exception to our dining habits, which we had to begin concealing from them.
The cannibalism?
Yes, that. Very close-minded on that particular topic, the Scryve are.
You didn't eat one, did you?
I won't say it didn't happen, Flower. But in all honesty, the Scryve make awful dinner guests. And it's not just the taste. They're incredibly boring, horribly full of themselves, the Scryve. Not without cause, I suppose. Their art is incredible, their food rich and savory, their style of dress grand. There is much to admire about the Scryve, and no one knows it better than them.
You said the Scryve were your former masters.
Yes, we have finally decided to cast off the yoke of the Empire. It always weighed dreadfully around our necks. And we are not alone. All right-thinking aliens have rebelled against the Scryve, which, sadly, isn't many of them. But the Pinthy have, I'm told, as have others.
You said the Pinthy were rebelling as well?
Yes, a very troubling species. A sentient bioweapon. Great heaping masses of sludge filled with viruses. We wouldn't know where to begin with them, meal-wise. you'd do well to stay away from them. They have obliterated entire races more times than they can count. If you need an example, there's a world near here, in the Zeta Shiphios system. Some poor fools there were slain by the Pinthi. Thousands of years ago now, but you can still see some of the staining.
We wanted to ask about something else.
Certainly, Sweet Loaf. What would you like to know?
Tell us a bit about your history.
Our history is probably much like yours. Fire, the wheel, antibiotics, all that. We had wars, yes, but also peace. Then spaceships. It's of little interest.
What are you doing on the ceiling?
What are you doing on the floor, Piglet? Cultural relativism is a funny thing, isn't it? The simple answer is my kind has always lived in elevated places. It shouldn't surprise you to know that we were the apex predators on our world. Many a summer evening my kind has sat coiled up in a tree, waiting to descend upon a meal and deliver a pithy remark or bite to the jugular. Even now that we travel the stars, we're still more comfortable clinging gracefully to something rather than wallowing on the floor. Not that I think there's anything wrong with your wallowing, human. You wallow gloriously.
Your home and ships look very unique.
Oh, thank you, precious. This is a typical example of Phamysht mid-century modernism. Well, the middle of our century. Who knows what it was in that disgusting Scryve calendar everyone around here seems to use?
We wanted to ask about something else.
Certainly, Rutabaker. What would you like to know?
So you like eating people, huh?
Oh dear, not the talk. You aliens always have such dreadful hang-ups about this. But very well. What do you want to know?
Do you eat aliens, or do you eat yourselves too?
Both, darling. We ate Phamysht for many centuries before reaching the stars. But now, yes, we've expanded our diet a bit. We'd be foolish not to. So many delightful new flavors out there.
Aren't there medical risks to cannibalism?
There were, for a time, but hunger always finds a way. And we don't eat people that often. Cannibalism has always been reserved for special occasions, celebrations, birthdays, weddings.
So you just kill people and eat them?
They often volunteer, Muffin. And why wouldn't they? They're the center of attention. Also, for the past century or so, our special dinner guests have been dosed with pain relievers and mood stabilizers. Most report the experience to be quite pleasurable. The insight they have to offer is fascinating.
They're conscious during all this?
Killing them first would be savage.
Let's try the other dialogue options. That's sick.
Yes, we did get sick at first, but not so much anymore. The stomach adapts. And we don't eat people that often. Heroism has always been reserved for special occasions, celebrations, birthdays, weddings.
Don't you feel anything for the people you eat?
They often volunteer, Muffin. And why wouldn't they? They're the center of attention. Also, for the past century or so, our special dinner guests have been dosed with pain relievers and mood stabilizers. Most people, the experience to be quite pleasurable. The insight they have to offer is fascinating.
Insights like, ouch, ouch, stop that?
Oh, Pepper. You're a funny one.
Are you exclusively cannibals?
We're not, no. We eat other animals, plants and such, grains even. Some Phamysht, and it's really rather embarrassing to admit it, actually prefer to only eat animals. Though, sadly, we've gotten bored of the flavor of most of the sentient and sub-sentient species around here.
What other aliens do you eat?
Our diet's been a little restricted lately, thanks to this silly dust-up with the Scryve, who taste quite bitter, if you're curious. But yes, we've sampled most of the sentient life in this galaxy. Why, just the other month, some Taiwan flew by.
You've eaten the Taiwan? Number 3 is funny.
Yes, we've had some of the funny little slugs. They seem quite timid, to be honest. They don't travel in our direction that often. Possibly because no ship they've sent this way has ever returned. Dreadful dining companions, of course. Rubbery texture, awful conversationalists. They do have some potential as a soup base, though.
We wanted to ask about something else.
Certainly, Rutabaga. What would you like to know?
That's enough questions for now.
Is there anything else, kitten?
We'll just be going now.
I'm afraid not, Turnip. No one may penetrate this deeply into famished space and return undevoured. And please don't beg lemon. It spoils the taste. If you absolutely must depart in an undevoured state, I suppose you could offer us a gift. One of your crew members might do.
You're not going to stop us.
Oh, we just might. Know that it has been an honor and a privilege to speak with you. I look forward to sampling your morsels more closely in the coming minutes.
That repulsor has a number on my ship which relies on hugging the enemy.
Welcome back, darling. What can we do for you?
Well, it didn't actually do anything.
No one penetrates deeply into famished space and return undevoured.
But again, this is like a star base. When you enter a battle, it immediately triggers a dialogue with whoever you're next to. Fake human, a bioengineered facsimile of a human being. Not entirely alive, certainly not sentient, still creepy. It's a lot of ships that just pulverized.
Welcome back, darling. What can we do for you?
We have a special crew member here we'd like you to eat.
You have? How divine! So wonderful you humans are finally coming to your senses. What is this delightful creature's name?
Chicken tender.
Delightful. Well, ship him over.
You fire the meat puppet out in airlock. A famished vessel quickly scoops him up.
Welcome, Chicken Tender. So nice to have you here.
What are you doing with that needle? Ow.
That was just a little injection. Painkillers, mood enhancers, that kind of thing. Helps make this a more pleasurable experience for you. How do you feel?
Talkative.
Fabulous. Well, we start with one of the legs. Tell us about your life, chicken.
I was attending a party once.
Go on.
Some terrorists seized the building.
Oh no! What did you do?
I used some ingenuity and a machine gun to take care of them.
You're a fascinating creature, Chicken Tender. Do you have any other stories?
I do, yes.
Please, do go on.
When I was a teenager,
We love stories about adolescents.
I was beset on all sides by phonies.
Whatever those are, they sound dreadful.
And then I got a job catching things in the rye.
And how did that go?
I caught so many things in that rye.
My people tell a similar story, Chicken Tender. Do you have any more tales to regale us with?
I do, yes.
Please, do go on.
My parents died when I was young,
How awful.
so I was raised by my aunt and uncle. They were cruel and mean to me.
Horrible.
Later, I found out I had magical abilities, and I went to a special school for wizards.
Incredible. And all this as a child. Do you have any other stories, Chicken Tender?
No, that's it.
A shame. Incidentally, your upper limbs are incredibly succulent. Well done. But please, do you have any questions for us?
Do you have any incredible military secrets you want to share?
Of course! We love our military secrets. What would you like to know?
How goes your war with the Scryve?
Not as well as we might hope, Chicken Tender. We're in a precarious balance right now. They've shattered a few of our colonies, and we've eaten a few of theirs. Our front lines hold, and our ships are a reasonable match for theirs, but we have little chance of ultimately defeating them. Although lazy, arrogant, and dreadfully boring, there is much strength left in the Scryve Empire, and we haven't even faced the worst they have to offer.
What's the worst they have to offer?
The Scryve have been around thousands of years, Dumpling. They have accumulated a wide array of precursor artifacts during that time. Some, surely, must be engines of war. And, of course, there are the bioweapons. The Scryve no longer seem to control the Pinthy, but they would surely have other fiendish tools at their disposal.
Why won't you let humanity help you?
We've been asked not to, darling. We're not simpletons. We know we cannot fight the Scryve alone. And we have allies, of a sort. We encountered them by chance, just as we were beginning to rattle our sabers. Deep space traders, they say, from the direction of the core. They have their own reasons to dislike the Scryve, but won't share them with us. But they did share their weapons. Our rebellion would have gone nowhere without them. In exchange for this, they asked us not to cooperate with you or the other delicious species in this area. I have no idea why. We almost refused on principle, but then they gave us one more gift. After that, we could hardly refuse them.
What gift did they give you?
An incredible delicacy. 3 members of a young species called the Cacandri. They were too primitive to really understand what was happening, only just post-industrial. They told us stories of big ships that came from the sky and scooped them up. An old story, We've heard it from our meals many times before. There was one odd thing, though. We found the Cacandri to be strangely indigestible.
Why is that odd?
When we analyzed them, we found there was something strange about them chemically, atomically even. The atoms which made up the Cacandri's flesh were all a little different than ours. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, yes, but different. Ever so slight differences in the fundamental constants of the matter, the strength of electromagnetic interactions and so forth. Our poor, refined stomach enzymes simply couldn't react with the stuff. It all went a bit over my head, if I'm honest, Pudding, but the nut of it is that it seemed like these Cacandri came from another universe.
How would you stop the Scryve? Can they be stopped?
I like you, chicken tender. We were hoping merely to survive. Stopping the Scryve is something else entirely. You sound like our allies.
I assume it's the X-Raki.
They despise the Scryve more than is really healthy, I think. Their hatred might lead them into doing something desperate. They've already asked us to do something foolish.
What'd they ask you to do?
The Scryve have a facility in Alpha Satori A, a research facility of some kind. They keep it lightly defended so as not to draw attention to it. But they've long kept a powerful fleet in reserve nearby if it's ever under threat. They have a desperately powerful weapon there, it seems, or an energy source of some kind. The information we've received from our allies isn't clear. But our allies believe that, were we able to make it into the facility, we could disable that weapon by transmitting a simple code. Origin 8249 seal. How exciting is that? It would cripple the Scryve war machine. It could end the war instantly, apparently. What's more, our conflict with the Scryve has depleted their strength in the region. The reserve fleet protecting the facility has been dispersed. Oh, how tempting. Alas, we can still get nowhere near it. We simply can't leave our own systems undefended. It frustrates our allies, but we have yet to do anything with this curious information.
I'm feeling dizzy.
Oh dear, I think our guest is leaving us for the night. Thank you for your company, chicken tender. You have been a most delicious dining companion.
Close communications channel. Okay, I've already been to Zeta Ziphios. That's the one I just went to for the Crypt World. Alpha Satori A. Let me mark that down. Scryve secrets. Alright, let's get out of here.
I've got some news, Captain. Some friendly aliens dropped by recently. Literally, in this case. They crashed pretty hard into Sumatra. They call themselves the Maolings and say we're now allies. It's getting crowded around here, though nice to see our list of friends growing.
Ever been this popular before, Commander?
Nope. Feeling jealous, Captain?
I'm the one who brought them all here.
Now then, how can I help you?
I had some questions.
About what?
What do you think we should do next?
Well, that was a pretty hot tip the Phamysht gave you. The Scryve have a secret facility with a potential superweapon in it. We have to check that out. You should head over to Alpha Satori A right away, Captain.
What do you think of these aliens?
Is there any alien in particular you're concerned about? Which ones? Which ones? Which ones? The most civilized seeming bunch out here. Shame they're so hostile to us. There's also the small matter of their cannibalism.
They really are a delight to talk to, though.
I don't doubt it. One thing though, Captain. Don't you dare give them any crew members. You're not going to be too popular around Earth if we catch wind of that. Which ones? Sure, what do you want to know? Anything else, Captain? Feel Captain.
Coming up next, we're going to investigate the Scryve facility in Alpha Satori A.
Captain, this is the system the Phamysht told us about. The Scryve are up to something sinister around here. Once we deal with the defensive fleets, we should thoroughly scan the planets to see if we can find anything.
Gee, thanks. What would I do without your help?
Impossible. The human ship is here. You do not belong here. No one belongs here. Least of all, you will have to be destroyed.
Wait, what is this place?
A place you are not permitted to visit. A place you are not permitted to know about. A place you are not permitted to leave.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
You do not belong here. You will have to be destroyed.
I'd like to see you try.
A primitive and hollow host. You would not like this at all.
Francium? Sure, I'll take some more. for such a supposed intelligent species. Don't know why they bother thinking that I would even care what they want, considering we're enemies.
Found a wrecked ship, Captain. We'll see if we can get this thing flying again.
There we go, that looks like a Scryve armory right there.
Got a strange structure here, Captain. A reasonably modern-looking Scryve building, set in the ruins of an old alien complex. Not much left of the old alien site at all, just building foundations. Thousands of years gone, I'd guess. The Scryve structure looks empty, or everyone's hiding. A lot of high-tech equipment here. A research facility, I think. All the equipment is on. I don't think it's been empty for long. That's weird. Got a big display here showing something that looks like... I want to call it a wormhole. Some serious distortion in space-time, at least. Is this the weapon? Or the energy source the Phamysht were so concerned about? It's something I'm concerned about. It's pointed right at the ship. Wait. Captain, this place isn't empty. A lot of Scryve coming from somewhere. They're going to overwhelm our position soon. They're going for the weapon controls. There's no time. We're transmitting that code the Phamysht gave us now. Something's happening. The Scryve have pulled back. They're not interested in us anymore. They're interested in the screens, all of which are flashing. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely not safe here anymore. We're leaving now.
I was waiting for the Xraki to come back.
Clever ones.
Whoa, you're freaky.
Clever ones amaze, irritate us, all of us. So clever, full of information, organization, food, yum.
Are you the Xraki?
Chaos, entropy, chaos, Xraki. Yes. Great slayers did never forget us. Yeah, we are the Xraki. We hunger crave. You know us. Forerunners lurk the shadows many years. They see you also pay for our return emergence. For us,
we pay for. No, too much. You will see, smell, taste soon enough. The gluttonous eyes are coming arrived.
Tell us about yourselves.
Memories not there broken. Entropy is scrumptious. We were friends of Scryve slayers. Something awoke. Origin opened to the opened eyes. We awoke. Chaos, 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 flavor chaos. The Scryve resist inevitable, love their hated order. Great fight, order prevail, bastards. We hide in space between with gluttonous eyes. Do not try to understand, moron. You are creatures of order. Layers above, below need no such niceties, doilies. Fear the eyes. In old time, space, bad ordered time, your time, time of real, Scryve cowered and hid. They built walls around their order, shut the door, doom.
How did your Forerunners get here?
Forerunners slip between, above, below. Forerunners are skinny. To end Scryve Slayer order, we would need much bulk. We need tools, fools, tools! Tools of the real, tools of the precursors. Tools to reduce, delete skinniness. Origin. Forerunners run for us. They struggle to open, pry this origin precipice you see before you. Scryve Slayer resist. So Forerunners use proxies, dupes, meat boys.
You're the ones who've been working with the Phamysht.
Ordered worms, Phamysht found blundered into us Forerunners. Light, attention, hate, not ready. Hide again, Scryve clever, cunning, ordered evil. So we use Phamysht dupes, delay Scryve. Also convince other ordered beings fight, struggle, Scryve, chaos breed.
You're the ones who told the Time Bomb about us.
Yes, duh. Humans, ordered beings, disgusting delicious, you hunger for knowledge. Snoop, sniff, pry. You obvious big irritation, distraction, death causer for Scryve. We usher you into light death. Ha 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 ha! Nice. Did not expect distraction to open Origin Gate hole for us.
I did. Everything was pointing to this. What are you going to do next?
Consume, eat, burp. First, Scryve Slayers, then all ordered beings.
What's with all the talk of consuming?
Do not see? Hunger opens eyes. You are creature organization of order organization. Gluttonous eyes feed on you. We feast on you, on all order organization information. Entropy. It will know you.
Eat tractor beam, you ores wannabe.
Captain, there are a lot of very angry-looking ships coming out of that origin. I think we'd better get out of here. Captain, this is the structure which apparently controls the portal the Exraki are coming from. There's too many of them swarming out of it for us to do anything right now. We need to get out of here.
Well, I haven't finished exploring this system yet, so no. I'm almost done.
If you do not come here anymore, you will see why.
Captain, we found some ruins here. Thousands of years old, at least. Nothing but dust inside. We found what looks like an old emergency beacon. Should be able to power it up again. Okay, it's a loop. A story of a conflict with a race that sounds a lot like the Scryve. The Scryve apparently launched a rock of some kind at this planet. Within days, everyone on this world began to get sick. I think I know what the dust is now, Captain. We're gonna go now.
Sure, you can't strafe while the message is playing. I wonder if I should be like loading an older save before I release the Exraki. Well, I mean, like, my ship is maxed out. I'm not sure what else I should be doing other than trying to find like special planets and random events out there. So I guess I'm okay for right now. The moon was not listed as being explored yet.
Welcome back, Captain. It seems we're now threatened by another race of genocidal monsters. Star Control has finished its preliminary analysis of the situation and has reached the following conclusion. Dang. On that note, a delegation of Pinthi have arrived. They say they want to talk to you about these Exraki. We'll connect you to their quarantine pod now.
It is good to see friends. Terrible information decoded. Exraki have returned.
Who are the Exraki?
Multicellular constructs, once members of Scryve Empire, used as soldiers. Anatomy suited for maneuvering in low gravity. Made excellent Marines.
They seem a little odd.
They have their reasons. We will explain. Scryve once exceptional researchers. Example great invention. Pinthi also researched pan-dimensional artifacts. Lab on Exraki homeworld. Found something they shouldn't.
Why did the Scryve have a lab on the Exraki's world?
Risky work, worth it to the Scryve, but not worth losing Scryve world over.
Those Scryve are pretty consistently awful, aren't they?
Hope you are not just learning this. Whatever they found, result is all Exraki change. Do not know vector. Not mechanism of normal universe. Exraki everywhere change. Scope important. All Scryve ships have Exraki Marines on board. Violence. Hemorrhage. Exraki capture most of Scryve Navy within a day.
Were you involved in the fighting?
Yes. Early stages of war, Scryve have few ships left. Scryve launched many Pinthi vectors at Exraki colonies. We were very effective. No choice. Exraki attack all multicellular constructs. Scryve, non-Scryve, primitives. No evidence passing millennia have changed them. Consider fate of Phamysht. Exraki hide in shadows. Claim bond ship with Phamysht. Now, Pinthi vectors. Watch Exraki turn on Phamysht. Former allies, now food. Exraki taking their space. Exraki know no friends. Twisted now. Will consume us all.
Not if we consume them first.
Exraki have already identified threats in this galaxy. Not just Scryve. Our vectors have seen Exraki strike fleets in motion. Approaching Pinthi, Muke, Taiwan, and Earth.
Bring them on.
Brave human. But maybe effective in this case. Exraki ships based on old Scryve cruiser. Curious modifications. Precursor technology. Exraki not known for engineering ability. Powerful, but not invulnerable. Exraki fleets may be dispatched with conventional violence. Humans have a proven flair for this. Defend Earth seems like a good place to start. Defend allies. Your choice. How much value do you place on friends? Friend?
I'm good at both conventional and unconventional violence. We'll save you, Pinthi.
This is a non-optimal move for you, but pleasing to see. Thank you. But this is only a short-term measure. To stop Exraki permanently is more difficult. Exraki and Exraki masters have had thousands of years to build a war engine. Countless ships on other side of the void. Only one thing can stop them.
It's love, isn't it?
No, another war engine. Engine forged by Scryve Empire. Scryve established a research project around the time of Exraki War. Scryve breed special Pinti. Train for Exraki fight for many generations. We hear rumors. Capture Scryve ships. Speak with Scryve before liquefying. These new Pinti are vicious, cruel, worse. New Pinti are self-vectoring. New Pinti have parasitic capabilities. Control minds of hosts. Make them spread Pinti using their own ships. Consume entire galaxy, potentially. Entire universe. You must travel to lab. Beta Judenum system. Deep in Scryve space. Recover these new Pinti.
Won't the Scryve use these Pinti to kill all the Exraki?
Yes.
Yeah, and you want to kill the Exraki yourself?
No. Pinti must never commit genocide again. You must stop Scryve from doing this. You recover ancient Pinti. Bring them here. We speak with them. Learn their secrets. Devise new method of stopping Exraki. Something with minimal liquefaction.
This seems like a bad idea. We're glad to hear you say that.
But must first stop Scryve. Prepare your fleet. Protect allies. Proceed only when ready. Then approach Scryve facility. Penetrate defenses. Caution. Many Scryve vessels there.
Oh no, duh. Yeah, we've blown Scryve ships before.
Not this many. Then land on planet. Approach Scryve facility. Recover new Pinti strain. Run like hell. You can do this, humans. You must do this. No one else can.
Captain, we're hearing that a fleet of Exraki warships is approaching Earth. Do you have any reason to believe they're coming to give us presents? Because if not, we'd kind of like you to do something about it.
I'm working on it, Commander.
Might I suggest you work on it a little faster?
Hey, don't give me sass. I had some questions.
About what?
What do you think of these aliens?
Is there any alien in particular you're concerned about?
How about the Exraki?
Which ones? Which ones? Which ones? We've seen a lot of horrible things out here, Captain, but they might be the worst. No pretense of civilization, no desire for dialogue, nothing. They just want to destroy.
They really, really hate the Scryve.
Don't we all? Though they probably have the best reason for it. Having their whole world destroyed like that. It's almost enough to make you feel sympathetic for them.
No, not really. I still pretty much hate them.
I'd normally advise you to be a little more diplomatic, Captain, but I think in this case you're right on the money. Sure. What do you want to know? Can you get to that overwhelming alien threat now, Captain?
No.
Oh, no hurry, Captain. Just the fate of the human race at stake.
No different than the first day.
Captain, we should check our map to find those Exraki fleets menacing us and our allies. They're slow-moving, but they're not that slow-moving. We need to intercept those quick.
So is there an Exraki in my solar system or not?